Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation that you find yourself in. And as always, we have our 3 piles here with group 1 on the left and group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. I will show you the reverse side of these cards in case that helps with your selection. And that being said, I will leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen this beautiful aura quartz cluster or rainbow aura, it is a bit of an explosion, this one, and I often find lots of different interesting meanings for this particular formation, but particularly when I look at this one, it makes me feel like something's like being revealed, just because like where the treatment has happened, I'm seeing cracks and like things revealed on the inside, like the truth. So there could be truth coming out of a situation, but this particular stone is one that supports healing dysfunctional relationships and releasing resentment from situations, like cleansing of the emotional body, but also bringing that vibrancy back to life, vibrant excitement, sort of King of Wands kind of energy I'm feeling. Anyway, group 1, in your reading today, some of the energy I can see is Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Aquarius, Cancer, Taurus, possibly Libra as well. So yeah, those are the energies I see first of all. That could be you or someone you're dealing with, but it doesn't matter too much. We're just going to jump into the past energy and see what's going on. This is actually quite a profound energy this week, group 1. So starting with the Devil, the King of Wands and the Fool in your recent past energy, look at this. There's been a shift for you in, could be your intentions, could be just your own personal power, your energy, your focus. There's definitely I was going to say a cleansing, and I look down and see the purity card. You've definitely got a purification happening at the moment. This could be unhealthy addictions, like literally we have ice cream, sugar, maybe overeating the wrong things. It could be as simple as that. It could be something else though, where a situation may have had control over you, or there could be an attachment to some status or level of achievement or something, like striving for something that feels like it's not quite authentic, or there's something about it that's not quite you or healthy. But this is something that's been shed recently, and we're stepping into personal power. The King of Wands and the Fool, you have a new approach at something. So maybe you were striving to chase the money in a situation, that's just an example. But realizing that maybe it's your own creative power that is going to bring you the success you're looking for, your own leadership qualities, your own innate mark, that essence that is you here in the world. So these cards show a shedding of something that's limited you, whether it's a perception, a belief, an addiction cycle, an obsession, an illusion, whatever it is. Something unhealthy, and you're letting that go. You're the striving perhaps, or the holding on, the attachment, and you're finding a new cycle is opening up for you here, where you can explore new things in a different way that feels more authentic, it feels more powerful, it feels like King of Wands, it's visionary, it's leadership, you've got a vision, it's something fresh here with the Fool. As you progress into the week ahead, we're starting with the Strength card, so there's definitely a sense of overcoming something as you start the week out. So maybe if it is addiction cycles, you're like, oh no, I'm not going to drink this evening. Whatever it might be for you, you're overcoming this thing that pulls you away from your path. Strength is the courage to overcome that, persevere and push on forward. This person's going for a run. Maybe it's literally your fitness, maybe you're deciding, no, I'm going to get my body moving this week. I'm going to do the thing. And it continues. You get a bit of momentum. We have the Knight of Pentacles next. It's a slow building energy, but it's dutiful, it's focused, and it shows up for every little step. You've got a beautiful week ahead. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. All of these cards look like a really productive and successful week for you. You're feeling like you're growing in mastery in some area. Nine of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. It shows that you've reached a level of mastery and now you're growing from there. It's like a massive expansion. You've got wish fulfillment in this week as well with the Nine of Cups. Some of you might literally have a birthday celebration here. Whenever I see this card and call it out, there's always a comment that someone's having their birthday. So happy birthday to whoever is in group 1 this week. That is for you. But outside of that, the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. It's not even normally a birthday card, it's just the image. And often there's, yeah, you'll see yourself somewhere in the cards. So for many of you, this is an energy of mastery. You're in your own realm and you're exploring, you're creating, you're growing. It feels like a really prosperous week is what I've got to say here. For some of you, there's definitely deep reflection about what you're creating, who's in your life. Like this to me feels, it's an artistry card, yes, but with the imagery here, it makes me feel like that you're being deeply reflective of situations in the past. I can see some things are going to be stirred up this week, we'll get to in a moment, and so that's probably where you find yourself at the end of the week, just taking a bit of time out to think things through. And there's diplomacy and a lot of tact here coupled with the Queen of Pentacles. Like you're being very mindful, I'm hearing the word modest, and very careful in how you move forward with friendships and connections. There's a lot of reflection in your own behaviors as well, like looking at yourself, reflecting, is this who I want to become? Am I, I think there's, a lot of deep inward reflection, but definitely a very week. Inward reflection marked strongly by the Four of Swords as well. There's something you're like sitting with at the moment, underlying energy. Page of Swords, Seven of Swords, Two of Swords. Yeah, you're sitting with some information. Maybe you're reflecting on a situation that's still unfolding. You're definitely not showing all of your cards. There may be some suspicion about this situation, like you want more information to understand more about what's actually going on beneath the surface here. Seven of Swords can leave a bit of like suspicion or uncertainty, especially with the Page of Swords. It's like a bit curious about a situation but not taking any action, just observing at this point. In the challenge, you have the Moon and the Star. Interesting. Moon and the Star. To me, this feels like astrology, like, when the greater bodies are moving and we're kind of at their whim. So it does feel like there's maybe situation unfolding that is kind of written in the stars. Outside of that though, to me, this is an energy of understanding where there have been particular fears, particular illusions, and it's like trying to bring healing to that space, and that proves difficult this week. So there may be some things you still, like with that uncertainty, there's still this observation energy. It's interesting because this week is very physical. You're doing things, it's productive, there's growth, there's abundance here, but under the surface there's something more going on. A lot of reflection, a lot of processing still. I want to hold these two cards up. They came from the same deck. Flying out, you've got purity and power. I feel like that's a profound message for you. I feel like you're in a position where I want to say finally, so maybe that's it. Finally taking your power back in a situation, or just claiming it in the first place. You're finally stepping into your own power in a situation. And that calls for a strong level of purification from you, so that you are coming from a very clean place. And I can see that, like, your intentions are in a beautiful place. What will help with your challenge? We have the Empress and the Ace of Swords. Being very clear, very, very clear, very communicative, coming from a place of nurturing and love. But the Empress, still has beautiful boundaries, because she is exactly that. She is very accomplished. She's all the queens in one. She is the Empress. This is somebody who holds the ability to influence people and nurture people in a direction that brings more clarity and understanding to a situation. So maybe it's about speaking your truth about what's important to you in a situation. That could be it. Nurturing your body, your mind is another one here. What will help with your situation, especially if you're dealing with any addiction cycles or attachment issues. It's like choosing the clear path of organic growth over something superficial or trying to control a situation. It's a very wholesome energy there. In what you don't see coming, we have the Tower, the Eight of Cups, the Emperor, and the Six of Cups. Some of you might be revisiting a situation from the past with the Six of Cups here. It could have been that something in the past had blown up with the Tower, and then the Eight of Cups, you've walked away from a situation because it didn't serve your, I'm hearing sovereignty. There was something that went against you. This could be still unfolding. For some of you, it could be yet to still happen, as it's in the area of what you don't see coming. But with the Six of Cups here, for some of you, it's already happened. It's in the past, but you're revisiting it at this time. So what you don't see coming is there could be a bit of a Tower moment, but it definitely leads to growth for you. With the Emperor's here, there's a level of authority, there's a level of sovereignty in this energy, and it's like choosing to walk away from things that don't serve you. But I think there's a moment of reflection. I can see that in all of these cards. There's definitely a moment of purifying, but it's like purity and power, right? Purity is the Tower and the Eight of Cups. The power is in the Emperor. You are the Emperor. You are the King of Wands. Male, female, doesn't matter. You are the Empress. Emperor, Empress in a reading here. Interesting. There's a lot of power in this reading. There's a lot of influence I think you have on the people around you and the situations around you. There could be surprises around family, fatherhood as well for some of you. Some of you, things could be coming up from family situations, things that perhaps, some of you, yeah, like there could have been some disruptions in family dynamics, and there's more of that unfolding in the sense that you have a chance to respond to this from a place of love. We've got the Empress here, the Ace of Swords. For some of you, it's about just communicating with love, but clarity at the same time. There's a firmness here, but it's not harsh, you know. I don't see anything harsh here. Even though the Tower is here, there's a lot of frustration and anger in a situation. It could be you or somebody else's frustration. It doesn't really feel like it's harsh though. It feels more like it's reclaiming power and sovereignty. In the outcome, you have the Two of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Pentacles. You're leading yourself. We have a crossroads here. You're leading yourself in a direction that is founded on your own wisdom and your lived experiences. I really feel like you, it's like living your truth. You have this wisdom, you share this wisdom, and you're embodying that in the way you take action, the way you live, the steps you take, the pentacle you put down. It's a bit of a cornerstone energy here. Like maybe you're starting the beginning of something. I see a cornerstone being put down. There's a lot of higher learning and a lot of higher wisdom in this situation. I'm getting like taking the higher road here with the Two of Wands before that, you know, and it's a statement. I think a statement is being made here. Like the actions you take say something, and that's why all these pentacles, like there's something more going on under the surface, but the actions you take on the front of things feel very empowered. So let's go into the oracles. I want to start with the archetypes. I got 2 archetype cards. I actually wanted 1, but you got 2. And they were, I was asking what are the light attributes, what archetypes would be worth embodying this week. And you have the Samaritan and the Mystic. The Samaritan refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And maybe you are dealing with situations you would rather, Eight of Cups, walk away from, distance yourself from. But you have refining your capacity to help that situation with your influence in some capacity, because it looks like you have some level of authority or influence in the situation. You also have the Mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine, and that's that inner guidance that holds you and supports you through this. It's the Hierophant's higher wisdom that helps you take the Ace of Pentacles action, Two of Wands. Like it's something you don't need to share with anyone else. It's like this personal knowing that you have with spirit that guides every step you take, and it doesn't need to be explained, nor should it. It should lead your actions though into this Samaritan energy. So where you can, it may be necessary for you to give love in the way you speak to someone you may prefer not to. So we also have meditation for peace and serenity, and this is probably a good start, a good place to start from. Maybe a little meditation Four of Swords on the bottom of your reading, definitely advised to meditate on this situation so that you truly are coming from that place of authenticity and truth and love, guided by higher wisdom. Where am I going here? I'm going to go straight to the divination. This card is probably an indication that you're in a serious need of some peace and serenity, maybe a nap. If you've been particularly frazzled, pushed to your limits lately, this card is a reminder to stop for a moment and connect with water in some way that will help you relax. You can use some suggestions above, so it's already gone into suggestions. I'll go back there now. Going to a stream, an ocean, listening to water sounds, sitting by a fountain, simply breathing while listening to the soothing rhythm of water. Any other water practices. Taking a shower is a beautiful one as well, or a bath. Anyway, back here, suggestions above, or to do the magical work, or just stand outside in the rain and let it wash over your troubles. But it is definitely time to take the effort to chill out and take a break. Personally, I feel like your situation is needing calm and serenity for you to come from this really strong place, especially if you have an impending Tower, Eight of Cups situation coming in. Revisiting a situation from the past with clarity, with purity and power. Let's go to these cards. No matter what has happened in the past, everything can be fresh and new again with the card of purity. The purity of your soul is shining through everything that you encounter, and you're entering into a period of grace. Simply open your heart and know that the best is yet to be. The past does not need you to equal the future. The future can and will be shimmering, sparkling, and bright. Old limiting patterns are dropping away. Reoccurring challenges are releasing. This is a time of redemption, forgiveness, and holy healing, which will lead you to power. And this is your time. This is the time to claim your power and step into your potential. This doesn't necessarily mean that you will be without fear. You might feel uncertain, but do it anyway. Be courageous. Let the world hear your voice. Take a stand. Stand up for yourself and others. Share your passion. Teach from the heart. That's this message really. There's a lesson you're influencing. It's almost like you're not even trying. It's just in the way you conduct yourself this week. It has an impression. Write and your words will have great meaning. Hold your body as if you are incredibly valiant, noble, and brave. After all, you are. Hold your power well. Remember that beautiful connection you have with spirit, deep meditation for peace and serenity so that you can come across as this Samaritan that you are. You can activate that archetype in your actions this week. The Samaritan and the Mystic. So you also have some tea leaf oracles to finish your reading, and I got a fair few of them. First we have Vine with seek out information that will help you. And when I got this one, it felt like there's like the vine it naturally finds its way. And that's what I feel for you as well. Of course, seek out information, be proactive, take steps. You've got that here. You're definitely a proactive week. But I think you can trust the organic flow of where that vine will lead you. It will follow the sun. It will follow the light. You have Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. So you may feel like right now, I can actually see that here too, like with the Knight of Pentacles 9 and then the Queen. Like this is definitely something powerful emerging from you in your life at this time. July is a noteworthy time, and it makes me feel like now until July will be quite the transformation for you. You'll see that July, I think, is going to lead you to something. There's something, not quite conclusion, but definitely a pivotal moment. You have Dog with protection from a powerful friend. You have Cracked Cup. There is dissatisfaction in some area of life. You have Nest. An emotionally secure and loving family is important to you. And then you had Career and Money Path coming out together. A career is a card of its own, touching on that area of life, and a path with money is waiting for you to find it. So if there is some level of dissatisfaction in your career space perhaps, then you will trust that you are on the way to finding it. It's the vine that will take you there naturally. There's a transformation with that caterpillar. I think July is going to be very noteworthy in the space of your career. And it looks like a lot of your motivations are around security for your loved ones with Nest here as well. So this looks like a beautiful week of being on purpose, being on track, some confronting moments that need your personal power and to purify the situation that can only be done and come from a place of serenity and peace. So please definitely take the time for meditation and rest where you can, and reflecting on higher wisdom in all situations, because it's definitely required. It's almost like a little bit of a high expectation of you this week, but it ain't no thing, you know, it's not a problem, because you've got it. You've got what it takes to meet that need or that requirement from you this week. Wish fulfillment is here. It's a good energy, and yeah, that's what I have, group 1. So I'm sending my love to you this week. I hope that it unfolds just as beautifully as I can see here in the cards. And yeah, I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Take care, group 1. Hey, group 2, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the blue calcite, then this is going to be your reading. So blue calcite, definitely connected to the throat chakra, helping express yourself very clearly and calmly. Blue calcite is also good for emotional healing, releasing any negativity and just embracing some peace. So it could be that you need to communicate something with someone, but you're being supported to come from a place of clarity and calm. So group 2, interesting reading unfolding here. I'll start with some of the energy I can see with Scorpio, Leo, Cancer, yeah, and perhaps the bit of the fixed sign energy with the Taurus and Aquarius as well, but yeah, predominantly the other ones I said. Anyway, let's start with the past energy, group 2. We're starting with the Judgment, the 5 of Pentacles, and the Fool. So this reading is interesting. It feels like, I'm actually going to hold these up first as well. Some of your oracle cards you got that came out together, they flew out together, was security and community. And when I look at these cards and a whole bunch of everything else that's unfolded here, it looks like this is a time for you where you're wondering, maybe, where is my community? Where do I belong? You may be looking to find a new tribe or friends or connections. Maybe maybe you've been single a long time. You're looking for love to come your way. Whatever it is, I feel like you are healing at this time, maybe confronted with a wound around that area, still healing or forgiving situations of the past, so that you can feel secure as you move forward into a new community or new spaces. So this is definitely a releasing sort of time for you, it feels like. So with Judgment, the 5 of Pentacles, the Fool, starting in the past energy, you've got pretty big realizations that you maybe don't fit everywhere. There may be some places where you have felt rejected, or that you just didn't meet the needs of that community. I don't know. The 5 of Pentacles can be a lacking energy, not having what it takes, not being able to afford a certain situation or thing, or just, yeah, like there could be like cultural differences or age or experience differences, who knows. Either way, you're coming out of a place of what I feel is judging yourself harshly for not fitting in certain spaces or things not turning out the way you'd hoped they would, and embracing a new path in your own. I'm hearing the word radical brilliance. Radical is the main word there. Radical, add whatever you want to the end there, you know, radical honesty, radical exploration. I don't know what this is. What is radical about you? Embrace it. We have the Fool ready to take a leap of faith into something. What is that thing? I do feel, yeah, strongly here that you've been healing from, it could be abandonment wounds, it could be situations that trigger those wounds from childhood, but you're coming to a greater understanding that I feel like you're coming out of something that, without being jaded, you want to be able to give love, you want to feel secure, you want to connect, you want to embrace, and that's what it feels like, but you're just not sure of how that's coming your way. I think there's a great deal of uncertainty in that regard, given the 2 of Swords here underneath that, 9 of Swords underneath that, 10 of Wands. So it may have been a heavy journey for you. Maybe there's been a lot of pain in friend circles, in community groups, or in relationships of any kind, really. And you've maybe carried a lot of that, and it's made you feel untrusting of people or situations. Yeah, you've been working on just connecting to your own brilliance so that you can truly attract what's right for you. Because being someone you're not is never going to work out, right? So maybe you've just been connecting with yourself a little more and understanding yourself more and accepting, loving, embracing yourself. And there's definitely been some confronting wounds that have come up, even if it's not in external events, but just internally. A lot of Chiron energy right now. I know I said in one of the readings it was like squared with, what did I say? The Saturn or something. It's not. It wasn't. Anyway, it was, it was squared with all that Capricorn energy, I believe. Anyway, in the week ahead, interesting cards. You have Death. After the Fool, mind you, taking a leap of faith. We've got a fresh beginning here. You're like, I'm hearing letting yourself off the hook. So maybe you've been a bit hard on yourself and you're just like, you know what? No, I'm going to be kinder to myself. There's something you're letting go of. Death is here to embrace that, and the Six of Swords. Could it get any stronger? These two cards are massive release energies and allowing yourself to find peace. You have Strength here. It shows me that this isn't an easy ride for you this week in releasing something. You're letting something go. There could be an addiction pattern that's not serving you. It could be a way of thinking with the Six of Swords, emotional baggage you carry on to. As we progress, we have the Ten of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the World card. There's a lot of deep reflection and the ability for you to put something to rest. You're ending a cycle. You're reclaiming your power, although it may not quite feel like that yet. You are, I think, feeling a little tested by the courage required this week to move through ending cycles and embracing endings. The Ten of Swords means there's certainly the end of a situation that may cause you to pull back and reflect and refine your new approach or refine your perception of the situation. The World card is a finality but a new beginning as well. So it's like the shedding of that snake skin. It's like and we are coming to the end of that snake year. So you can expect it to be a little more amplified. That's for sure. Some of you, there's a singular message that there has been with your tea leaf oracle, although that's not what it says for everyone. There's distinct message here that somebody has a pet dog who may have gone over the rainbow bridge recently, and that message is coming for somebody who needs that comfort to know that animal is still with you in spirit and very grateful for the life that you gave them. Obviously not for everyone. It's oddly specific, but it needed to be said. So I hope that brings you comfort to know that friend of yours, that four-legged friend, is still with you. So anyway, moving forward into the challenge of the week, we have the Three of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So interesting because we've got this energy of security in community. We've got this energy in the past of isolation or rejection or withdrawal, of lack, and we're trying to embrace new cycles and let go of the old stories. Here's what it looks like. So the challenge is exactly that. This is friendship. This is connection and coming together and celebrating milestones with people that are important to us. And then the Page of Pentacles is embracing new beginnings, new projects, new adventures. We've got a map here. So the challenge could be that you may very well want this, but it doesn't feel like quite the time yet, or there's still a little resistance around embracing new friendships, new connections, and moving forward. There could also be, there's like, it's almost like a celebration that feels like maybe this is old friend situation or a celebration that feels ruined by something or someone. That could be also it. Like it feels like it's being ruined, but it's not. I mean, everything is how it's supposed to be. And if we can just surrender to the chaos and see the meaning behind it, then we'll be better off, right? I feel like I'm speaking from experience here, but anyway, there's definitely a little challenge in the area of some sort of celebration or particularly friendships, dynamics, or groups. What will help with your challenge? This is the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. This is cooperation through leadership. So this, in collaboration as well, working with others, being open to everyone that you can, I'm hearing confront, maybe there's a confrontation, being open to their side of the story, being, even if it's ridiculous, being open to people's differences of experience, people's difference of perception. There's something about the what is it, the Three of Pentacles, that brings a lot of unique characters together that you would sometimes you wouldn't expect to come together. However, I think the message when we look at this combination here is your ability to show leadership in these situations. It's like, yes, you contribute equally and you respect everyone else's contribution fairly, but the way in which you conduct yourself is still not like I'm greater than you, like what do you call it? You know, I don't know if it's holier than thou, or just, yeah, none of that ego BS. That's not what it is. It's more just conducting yourself in such a way that it's like true leadership. It supports everyone's contribution while not being swayed, convinced, or influenced by things that go against your own moral compass or your own, you know, trajectory of beliefs. I feel like it's diplomacy is what I'm trying to say here, and that's what will help with your situation. It could be that there's a situation that needs the emotion taken out as well. There's like, yeah, there's unfolding things in friendship or connections here, and I hope I'm reading it correctly. Anyway, what you don't see coming. We have the, my intonation should say a lot, but we have the Five of Wands starting out here, so I'm not surprised. There's some sort of drama or conflict in these witches around the cauldron. People are, you know, clearly bickering or fighting, arguing over what goes in the potion mix. And so you can kind of see how that might be unfolding here in your challenge, like working together with people could be the challenge. However, you know how to conduct yourself. I think you know. Anyway, Seven of Wands is here. So what you don't see coming could be accusations coming your way. There could be something that unfolds that people are against you in some way. We have the Moon here. It could be lies, secrecy. It could be things that are not true, illusions, falsehoods of any kind. So you're just dealing with murky drama, I think, that could be popping up to do with a group of people, some sort of conflict. Your advice would be to just, King of Wands back there, be diplomatic, hear people out, let them have their side of the story, and just stay true to yourself. Don't get bogged down in it. Leadership energy of the King of Wands, it's very elevated without the ego, you know. It's just, it knows its truth, it stays in it, it's got clarity, it doesn't need to convince anyone else. It's very unique in its own path. So just follow the beat of your own drum while respecting other people's opinions, paths, and even accusations. Let them have it. Let them say it. It's fine. You know the truth, and you're going to act in the way that is right for what you know. Three of Wands at the end, something may still be unfolding in this situation that you're waiting to see unfold. So it's not quite over yet, whatever it is. This could be past stuff popping back up that you're working through the ending of this. You've got to have a lot of strength as you confront something that's finishing. The way you conduct yourself. So in the outcome energy, we got the Seven of Swords, Eight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. So this is definitely energy that's like hard to handle, like misinformation, people that may be not being totally honest or causing chaos in communication situations. I do feel for someone, there could be someone who's spreading something about you or saying something about you that's not true, and it's like trying to, it's like you don't want to confront that energy. You just want to be what you know is true and let that speak for itself, is kind of what it feels like here. And so you may be a little overwhelmed by some of the messages back and forward, and it may not even be to do with you. It could be something you're just involved in. There's definitely some sort of drama unfolding in this situation, but you're truly just in the outcome. It may stir up some things. There may be some words back and forwards. It may feel like it's a little out of control for a moment, but you ground yourself. You come back down with this Knight of Pentacles energy and you just keep moving forward. That's why the Six of Swords is in the week ahead. The Six of Swords is letting go of that drama and letting there just be peace. You're just not holding on to it anymore. You're really releasing. That's why the World is at the end here of your week, because you're closing up a cycle. You may still expect there's more to come from the situation, and maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but I think you can trust in yourself enough to be able to navigate anything because of the way you have navigated this. I don't know. So in your oracles, you've got the card of give love. And that's what's required right now. The connections around you that are the most meaningful and supportive, those are the ones that may need a little back from you at the moment. It's a wonderful thing to be loved, and we all want to feel love in our lives. The feeling of warmth and comfort that comes from the knowledge that someone out there is sending love in our direction. And by the way, you've got dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. So there's definitely a love coming in your direction. That's also, of course, the person connecting that may have lost their dog recently. I'll show you why that came up, because the way they accidentally fell on when I picked them up, like they were all in a different order, but they poked out like this, dog rainbow bridge. And I was like, oh, okay, I can see that. Dog rainbow bridge, even though they're separate messages entirely. For someone, they're not. So give love, sorry, back here. A distant friend is thinking of you. There's a lot of warmth and comfort that comes from the knowledge that someone out there is sending love. But don't forget that the love is a street that goes in two directions. As much as you need and want to be loved, others need and want it too. Love is remarkable. The more you give, the more you have to give. If you allow your heart to be filled with love for others, whether that love is romantic or familial, the affection between friends, the love you feel for a beloved animal companion, or even the love for God and Goddess, that sense of warmth and joy will overflow like a river. You can give love to those you don't even know. Send unconditional love out to the homeless man you pass on the street, or a woman who smiles at you in the store. You don't have to say or do anything necessarily. Just open your heart and send love out. Of course, if you're giving love to those you know, you can say it out loud, write it on a card, or just express it with a hug or kind words. What does it say? Sometime you will get love back, sometimes you won't. And that doesn't mean it isn't worth doing. So it might be worth reflecting in a more personal space that relates to you intricately with this message of giving love. Perhaps even when you feel resistant to that, giving love as, another brother or sister on this walk of life, regardless of what's happened. Six of Swords, death, strength, like all of this, this isn't just the ending of something, it's the release, it's the transformation, it's stepping into courage and personal power, and in a situation that might otherwise break you apart. But it's just not going to. You evolve, you grow. This card is telling you to open your heart. Maybe someone has been offering love to you, but you haven't had the time or energy to make sure that they know you love them too. It's easy to take friends, family, or significant others for granted when life is hectic, thinking, oh, they know I love them, or I'll do something special later when you have more time. Perhaps you have been a little self-involved, and the gods are gently suggesting that it's time to focus your energies outwards instead of inwards. It could be that there is someone close to you who's crying out for love, but you just haven't noticed. Look around you. Are you giving enough love to those who are important? Life is short. We never know what lies around the corner. So don't wait until tomorrow to give the love you feel today. Beautiful. I love that. Love the love. So coming into this message of security and community, and I'll read them both separately, but I do feel that there's quite the strong message of finding a community that you feel safe with. And it says here with security that you are safe and protected. No matter what is occurring in life, you are in safe hands. Those in the realm of spirit are watching over you, particularly that four-legged friend for someone there. You can relax and let go. Once you've taken measures to protect yourself and those you love, such as making sure everyone has their seatbelt on in the car and making sure your insurance is paid on time, or replacing the filter on your heating unit, then you can let go. If you have been hyper-vigilant, take a break and relax and know that all is well. You can turn it all over to the Creator. Community. There's definitely a time or coming soon of connections. I felt that a bit for group 2 lately. Support is all around you, even if you're not consciously aware of it. Allow yourself to be supported. Give encouragement to others. The more you allow yourself to be supported, the more your dreams can come true. If you believe that you have to do it all alone, you will. Your true family is not just blood relationships. Sometimes those who know sometimes the strongest family ties are friends who know who you are. Sometimes they're your ancestors and soul family who reside in spirit. This card is speaking to find your community and your people. It's a card remembering that your people are always at your side, believing in you, loving you, and standing strong beside you. Call on your community and ask for their assistance. They are only a thought away. It's interesting, you've got the rainbow here twice as well. Rainbow with the most difficult part of a situation is over. And I truly believe that. Like that's why you're shedding something, because it is over. You have that dog who is a distant, faraway friend thinking of you. We have bridge with successfully overcoming a problem. You have wishbone with wish is granted. And rose with romance is in the air. There's definitely some really good energy coming your way. Whether this is a confronting shedding or something a little more subtle, you will feel a lot of ease coming this week. And the archetype, I've asked for an archetype, which would be the best to embody this week. And you've got the priest. Facilitates spiritual commitments and serves as a channel of spiritual energy. I feel like this is really stepping back and seeing the divine unfolding in all situations, even the most confronting ones. And facilitates spiritual commitments makes me feel like there could be a practice that's worth committing to at this time, because it would help you feel more connected. So whether that's a regular yoga practice every day or something meaningful to you, I do think committing to some spiritual practice or commitment would help hold you while you move through this energy. So speaking from truth this week, group 2 with the blue calcite, helping come from a place of clear calm. That's what I have in this reading. So yeah, hopefully you found clarity and support in this reading, in my lounge room there. And if you would like a private reading or even a kinesiology balance to help with assisting with this shift, then please check out my calendar. I've definitely got some extra spots available this week, so have a look if that calls to you. And otherwise, I'll see you all next week with the weekly reading. Take care. Hey, group 3, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Dalmatian stone in the shape of a crescent moon, this is going to be your reading. The shape of the crescent moon makes me feel like something's still coming to culmination in a sense, but the Dalmatian stone is one of encouraging playfulness and lightheartedness in a situation, also encouraging us to release resentment in situations, helping bring just a bit more calm and clarity. And also really good for calling in the support of family and leaning on the support networks that we know are there for us. So it might be a time of releasing a bit of resentment, leaning on supports, but also just being a bit lighthearted about as you approach a situation as well. So group 3, some of the energy in your reading I can see is Taurus here quite clearly. We've also got some Libra, as well as Scorpio. Interesting combinations. So yeah, that could be you, someone you're dealing with, but it doesn't matter too much about sun signs. Let's just start with the past energy as always. And the past energy shows the Hierophant, the 3 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands. Interesting. Your whole reading is actually quite interesting. It's like you're encouraged to forge a new path in some sense. Where is that path leading you? Remains to be seen. I'm hearing the word detour as well, but anyway, let's just jump into the reading. Past energy, Hierophant, 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands. So when we look at this, when we see the Hierophant, we see often groups that we conform to, whether they're religious groups, whether there's groups in society that we're a part of, schooling structures. Hierophant can be groups of people and situations. So your situation might very well involve some organization, some group, some community of some kind. But it's also a message of higher education. And often when I see the Hierophant, I think about not only holding the wisdom, but being able to actualize it in our life. It's great to be able to understand wisdom, but to actually embody it is a whole other level. And that might be something you've been reflecting on in your situation. Like, how do I activate or imply the wisdom I've gained, everything I know? How do I really live that as my truth? 3 of Wands, 8 of Wands. In the past here, past energy, it's like maybe you've been anticipating some conversation that gives you the opportunity to share your truth, to maybe is the Dalmatian stone suggests to release resentment around a situation. You may have had interesting news recently with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands can be communication from somebody or news that you've been expecting. Three of Wands, so it's like you've been waiting for it. So with the Page of Cups, the first card in the week ahead, there could be something jumping out of a cup, surprising you, like a message or information around a situation. It could have to do with a friendship. For some of you, this situation is more about your creative works, maybe your career path, looking at beginning something fresh and new. We have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles in your week ahead. So for some of you, this is around your creative works, like I said. Others of you, this is like a more, I'm hearing the word convoluted for some reason, but what I want to say is like a complex social dynamic or situation unfolding. So there could be... like the beginning stages of something, and it's like unfolding quite slowly. So yeah, like whether it's a complex social situation or career path, either way, the energy here is very immature or very young. So the Page of Cups is often the creative, but it's also the energy of playfulness, lightheartedness, as we touched on with the stone. And then the Knight of Pentacles is dutiful and methodical and planned. So the week ahead is you're approaching things with an open, lighthearted approach, but being very steadfast and careful, which really resonates with this card you have as well, called Plant the Seeds. This is very Knight of Pentacles energy, growing a vegetable garden. Each step is very meaningful, and it creates a great harvest later down the track, but it's certainly not for some time, right? As we progress into the week ahead, I hope I'm making sense here. We have the Seven of Cups. So this situation could feel like it's still a little overwhelming emotionally, or you're not certain of the direction. You feel a lack of clarity here. Whether that's in a friendship situation that's requiring forgiveness and working forwards, or your career path, like I said, it's hard to actually point to for this group this week. And for some of you, it may resonate with both. But the Seven of Cups is an energy of sometimes emotional overwhelm, but yeah, often not knowing exactly which approach to take, what's going to be the best option. You've got a lot of options here. They're not all good ones. So it's about being very careful. Queen of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and the Nine of Swords to finish out your week. It shows that there could be something unfolding, like a reunion here with the Three of Cups. Queen of Pentacles and this Nine of Swords makes me feel like there's something in this situation that's a little confronting or triggers an insecurity or fear in you. So like I said, it's definitely a tricky one to read this week, and I think a lot of you will be the ones to know, of course, because it's your personal situation. But I feel like there might be something unfolding that you try to put your best foot forward, and maybe it doesn't quite meet the person you wanted to affect in the way you hope it would. It could be coming together with someone from the past. It could be a celebration or occasion that doesn't quite go how you want it to for some reason. But don't worry about that, because we've got cards to support this journey for you. The Nine of Swords is definitely, there can be an energy of making things a little worse than they are, or like really strong negative thinking in a situation that's regarding a friendship circle or a group, or maybe even like your business success or something like that. Like I said, it could be business, could be friend, could be both. But yeah, this week it's like you're really trying to put your best foot forward. You're taking it carefully. You're a bit mindful of your approach. But ultimately there's still a little bit of things to resolve, or something here that's not quite ready, or potentially not the wrong cup for you, you know, with the Seven of Cups here. It could be that there's the wrong cup for you reveals itself. In the challenge, you've got the Tower and the Six of Pentacles. The challenge could be, Six of Pentacles is about reciprocity, but it's also about generosity and fairness. The Tower is, it's something that has crumbled because it was never stable in the first place. It's something that needs to fall. And often it brings a great deal of revelation. So it could be revelation around what's not fair or what's not equal. What I also feel here for some of you is maybe someone in this reading is trying to correct or fix a Tower moment that's already happened. And that's the challenge, is how do I give to this situation? How do I How do I make it better, or how do I amend the situation? So the challenge is trying to give yourself to something that's probably already broken. If that doesn't resonate with you in that regard, that it's not already broken, it could be that something is, like, the challenge is that something is crumbling, and it may be that you gave too much. It may be that somebody was taken advantage of in this situation, you or another, I don't know. But yeah, either way, the challenge is definitely, it's almost like trying to amend something. And maybe that's the thing with the Nine of Swords, like trying to make amends with a friend, or like a forgiveness or an apology is sent, or it could be sent to you and you're not open to that, or you'd rather that just be left behind you. I don't know. It's interesting. Love to hear from you, Group 3. Things are definitely maybe a little emotional this week. What will help with your challenge? You've got here the Magician and the Ten of Swords. So realizing that with the Magician, that is somebody who has the power to create a situation with their own innate abilities and resources. The Magician is somebody who's very equipped. It can also be a manipulative energy as well, worth being mindful of. But what will help with the situation is using your power to end things that are not right for you. Ten of Swords is there's an ending of a situation, the end of a relationship, or the end of something going on here. And maybe it's having the power to realize where endings need to happen, and then putting your resources where they belong. Judgment is the underlying energy of this reading, and it kind of feels like there's judgment being had over this situation. Is it somebody who's calling judgment on you? Is it you calling judgment on the situation? Remains to be seen. That's for you to interpret for yourself. But the judgment is like definitely with the Tower as well. There is revelation happening here. We're getting a bit of clarity. I'm seeing someone trapped in a bubble here as well. So somebody feeling maybe isolated and trapped. Did they put themselves in that bubble? Maybe they did. But either way, it's like Judgment Day here, or in some regard. And people need to face the consequences of their actions, whether that's you or someone else. And it will be, I'm getting like, I'm hearing remains to be seen. So something's unfolding. I said that before as well. Justice, yes, that's exactly what I'm getting. There is going to be some level of balancing here, and somebody is going to be accountable in some way, whether that's outward or inward. There's a level of accountability unfolding here, an understanding and a clarity. So everything, even if it's like choosing the wrong cup, like either way, it still reveals what's needed to be revealed. So there is no real wrong cup at the end of the day, if you know what I mean. Anyway, in the what you don't see coming, we have the Four of Pentacles. So that is a blocked energy. We have a death here, a transformation. We have the Page of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So for some of you, this situation is blocked from transforming, and there's accusations here with the Seven of Wands, or you're needing to defend yourself but not feeling like you have the platform or knowledge. That could be something unfolding here. It could be that somebody else is needing to be blocked or put in their place. Like there's definitely some level of retribution here unfolding. With the Death card and the Four of Pentacles, death is ultimately an end of a situation, but also a transformation. But with the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, Seven of Wands, it's like, I feel like there's more growth required in this situation. There's more understanding. Something's not fully, it's like picking a fruit before it's ready. I don't know. It feels like something's not quite mature here. But it's from our experiences that we learn and grow. So maybe it's what's necessary to gain the maturity and understanding in the situation. But what you don't see coming is that something blocked, something closed off, access denied. Maybe that's from you, or maybe it's towards you. And then, death, Page of Swords, Seven of Wands. Something like, I feel like you're going to get more clarity or information regarding the way something's progressing, or what's happening here. And I do feel like with the Seven of Wands, Nine of Swords, you may not like the answer for that, but that's, did I say redirection at the start of this reading? Like something like that? I feel like I did, because it's what it feels like it's ultimately coming to take you where you should go, where your energy, magician, will be more powerful. So there's, yeah, I don't know, this is an interesting one, and I hope it makes sense at all. Please comment below. It feels like a stab in the dark. It feels complex. When I first came into this reading, because I always do the oracles first, then the tarot, and I'm looking at the oracles and I'm like, this feels like the beginning of building something amazing. And I think that I'd still feel like that's true, but as the tarot came out, I'm like seeing that there's something old still being dealt with, or needing to be cleaned up or swept away or recalibrated or whatever it is. And it's very mirroring to that end of the snake year energy, that last shedding. And also, you know, I've touched on it before in the reads a little bit of how the story of the Jade Emperor's animal race, where the snake hides at the finish line right before the horse gallops over to start its year, and the snake jumps out and startles the horse, so it falls backwards a little bit before it gets its turn. So yeah, I think that can be our lived experience for some of us, where something crops up right at this time, you know, to either startle us or redirect us or whatever it may be. Anyway, outcome of the tarot, we have the Three of Swords. This is a card of betrayal. We have the Ten of Wands, Four of Swords. So somebody here in this situation, perhaps you feels maybe betrayed, or maybe you were involved in this in some regard, but it's holding on to it. It's not letting it go. And that's the outcome energy. It's still sitting with something that's really painful and feels really heavy, but not having any ability to move forward with it yet, because there's still some judgment, some realization, some release that's still happening. The Ten of Wands is carrying a burden for longer than you should, or taking on more responsibility than you should. Or making something mean more than it should. It can be all of the above, but Three of Swords is definitely hitting right in the heart space, and the Four of Swords is deeply reflecting on these circumstances. So your situation may be confronting at this time, but I do feel like it's necessary. It does feel like a necessary Tower moment. Even if the Tower already happened, it's like something is dissolving still, and there's a process that can't be ignored or rushed. So in the oracles, we have the Plant the Seeds card. I'll read for you. All things that grow have to start somewhere, with seeds both actual and metaphorical. Whether it is the seed of an idea, a new beginning, or a garden of magical herbs, you have to plant it and then nurture it well to get the results you want. Caring for your seeds takes effort, but sometimes the biggest challenges is having the courage and forward momentum to plant them at all. What seeds are you planting in your life? I wonder if I'm gonna go divinatory. This card probably isn't telling you to plant an actual seed. Instead, it suggests that it is time to start something new. It's time to look for a new job, embark on an adventure, or encourage a budding relationship. Plant the seeds for future growth in your life, even if you have to start small. Is there some project you have been considering? This card is a hint that it might be time to take the first step. And that's this Magician. You might also, like in the interim here, like, well, while you are looking forward to begin a new journey, it may be that you still need to clear up something that is yet to be finished in totality, with the Ten of Swords there in what you need to embrace the challenge. You have two cards coming out together. One is taking risk and the other is opportunity, and I feel like taking these risks will lead you to those exact opportunities. So let's start with risks. When you draw this card, it's time to step beyond your normal everyday life. Take some risks, face your fears, do things in new and even unorthodox way. Listen more to your inner voice than the voice and opinions of others. Rather than running from potential failure, embrace it. History has shown that those willing to face failure will often succeed in a massive way later. I'm touching on that in this read as well. Like, it's something may not work how you want it to at the beginning, but it's for the redirection, or it's like it still serves. It's important and it can't be ignored or avoided. So then you have opportunities, and this is about gifts from the universe that are ready to cascade into your life. Abundance, health, longevity, vitality, and joy are flowing to you gently and easily in the days ahead. There may be times when the goodness of life feels like it's ebbing and flowing rather than being a steady stream of fulfillment. And this is similar to the moon peeking through the pine trees, and the shape of the moon in your crystal too, right? It's like the support of friendship and family and releasing anger and resentment. It's like maybe at times it's like whatever that means to you, it's not full flowing, it's something still coming to a culmination. It's quite a strong message. If it doesn't resonate, you're definitely a different pile. This is similar to the moon peeking through the pine trees for a moment or two, but as you stay open and receptive, physical and emotional gifts will come into your life. Instead of bemoaning the fact that there isn't a steady stream of joy and gifts from the universe, accept whatever you receive in the spirit of gratitude and your bounty will increase tenfold. This is a universal law. And it's actually bringing me to this gift of the Tower. The challenge could be that the Six of Pentacles is a gift. It can be generosity from another or from yourself, but it can also be a gift from the universe. And it could be that something that's unfolding or just being destroyed or taken apart right now could actually be a gift in disguise. We have the card, the Pioneer. I've asked for which archetype would be best for you to embody and work with this week. And you've got the Pioneer, and it's a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. And we saw that with take risks and to even do things in unorthodox ways. You definitely have this magician energy about you to create anything you desire. And then some tea leaf oracles, which really team in with your reading quite well. You have bowl with plenty of material things, bread with period of prosperity and abundance. So you're definitely working towards something that is actually a great benefit to you and perhaps others around you. But then you have the camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. And that is definitely what's required this week as well. So although it's not maybe a message of, so much joy and blessings and lightness, there's definitely the truth here of something confronting or challenging. We're never going to sugarcoat that here. That's not what I'm about. And I think that's why a lot of you enjoy this channel, perhaps. I do get that reflection sometimes. I'm not going to hide things. But I will encourage you to move through these challenges because that's exactly it. We were never given something we can't handle. And somehow, even if we don't see it at the time, somehow it is always happening for us, not to us. And that can be a really bitter pill to swallow sometimes. It really can. But once you get down the road a little more, you can see how perfect and divine everything truly is. Everything's so orchestrated for our growth. So that's what I have, group 3. I hope it was enjoyable. If you need any support with this particular week, this energy you're moving through, please don't hesitate to look at my bookings for a session. I've got kinesiology and tarot sessions available for this week. Kinesiology in particular can be very, very supportive. But tarot is equally as insightful as well. Whatever it is you feel that's of need for support, lean into that support. If it's not sessions with me, I'm sure you can find support here with this beautiful Dalmatian stone, encouraging you to lean into your support networks, your family, your friends, those that care about you. So that's what I have, group 3. I hope you've enjoyed this message, and I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Take care.